Hey guys, Stylish Pancake here. Today I'm going to do something with Star Trek Online. This is kind of an old favorite MMO of mine. I didn't really like it much when it came out, but it has really shaped up a lot over time. And not only is it one of the few space MMOs out there, and I love Star Trek, but it's also one where you can actually go on the ground and up in the air, even if a lot of people hate the ground combat. See, the thing is, a lot of people have played this game for a long time, and about 9 months ago they added Romulans as the third faction, and Klingons are the second one. And when they did this, they added a lot of new content, very high quality, and the Romulan areas look beautiful. And not that long before that, they redid the Klingon ones, because the Klingons were very badly neglected. Nobody doubts that. But the Federation, well, we got a revamp to Earth Space Dock, which is like the Federation city if you haven't played this much or at all. We got a revamp to Earth Space Dock a long time ago. It was not much of a change. But in the next patch, a lot of new things are going to happen. I'd like to go over a few things here, but I mostly wanted to do a tour of the space station comparison. Before, what we did is we get these reputation systems at level 50, and every time that you finish a level of a reputation, you get a choice of a top or bottom skill here that are passives, and then you get an active at the end. And the developers have decided that this is causing power creep, and they don't want people to get that much stronger over time that easily. And we have the traits that are your racial traits and whatnot in here. They're going to be changing this in the next patch so that all the traits are going to be in here. They're going to start calling these reputation skills reputation traits, and you're going to only be able to equip a certain amount of the passives and actives in ground and in space separated. And they did buff some of these to make them a little more worth it, but it's going to be a little more choicey, and people are going to be a little more diverse when they do this. I kind of wish you could equip a little more of these, though, considering that they're going to be adding another faction in the next patch too anyway. Let's see here. Let's go in. Here's the space station. Outside, Earth Space Dock looks pretty great. It's pretty accurate to the movies or the TV show, but the movies would have been newer. And most people will actually go in here by hitting the dock button, but I'm going to be more authentic because you actually can fly right into the door and go into the bay here inside. So let's go in, and I will do a little bit of touring here. One of the other things that will be changing in this patch is kits. As it is now, we have these pre-made kits, which are, well, in this case, mine is very nice. The only thing I don't really like on this one is Quick Fix 1. Plus the fact that that's a level 1 skill this high in the game kind of makes it crappy. But in the next patch, they're going to be changing this. These are going to become modular. Instead of having like 5 skills on mine, actually, unless you have a really high-end one, there's only 4 at the max level. You're going to be having kits that store modules, and they will have like so many I'm an engineer, and I think the engineer ones are called like mechanics and fabrications or something. You can have like so many of one module and so many of another. And then some of the modules say on them that they can go in a universal slot, which I find interesting. We don't have any universal slots that we have seen yet, but they exist, apparently. So that should be interesting because we might be able to spread some class abilities around. Oh, this guy is trying to look like the Hulk. So anyway, let's wander around the station, show you some of the old stuff. This is Club 47, which is a dance club because Cryptic finds it necessary to put a dance club in every one of their games. I think the only one that hasn't had a straight-up dance club is Neverwinter, which it still has a bar, but a really techno dance club doesn't really fit into a medieval setting. And I'm sure that the makers of D&D would not be too pleasant about that when they heard about it. Here's a map inside. This is the one thing that I don't like about the new Earth Space Dock that we're getting, is that it's not quite as easy to see where you're going in here as it would be on the new. Well, it's easier to see where you're going here than the new map. So we have these color-coded sections, which is why there's a color-coded bar around each side. And this one, we have Club 47, and then we have some basic requisitions here for energy credits, mostly low-level junk, and a tailor. And this is something else they cleaned up. I love these high-res computer textures. These are newer. They are much better than the old ones. The old ones used to be all blue, and you couldn't read the text on them. These, if you get close enough, you can read a lot of the text on them. I'm not sure how the res will come out in the video, but most of these are readable. These signs, though, as you can see, these are kind of old. They're very informative as to where you're going, but they're kind of old. They look kind of hokey. We're not going to be seeing that in the new version. One concern I have with the new version, though, is that it's very open, and I'm a little concerned that the openness is going to cause lag unless they drop the instance sizes down some, possibly. But here's the exchange. You know, we got our auction house type deal here. But as you can see, this looks like some kind of sci-fi computer here, but it doesn't look very Star Trek-y. And that's something that you'll see fixed in the new version. And we have our bank here. The bank's not too special, but it uses these, the bank uses these generic terminals. Yeah. Moving on. And we have the, I think 6 bays up here. Bay in the stateroom. This is the stateroom auditorium. And you can see some nice stuff out the window here. Well, actually, this is probably not one of the better places I could have picked. Maybe I'll look at the next side. You can see Earth out there and sometimes like a ship sitting around or something. But here's sick bay. Room looks a little on the tall side. These beds, I think these beds look a little lower res. They have some new sick bay style stuff on the new version, and I think these might look better. We'll see. And then I guess I'll go here before I go to the Admiral's office. And then we have the center, which has like the Sol system here. And again, we have this computer that looks legitimately sci-fi, but not very Star Trek. Although this does, but this has been updated more recently. I'm glad that they updated these textures because they look so much better. They really do. Okay, and that's enough of the center section. And we'll go over here toward the Admiral and the shipyard. This is the shipyard. It has lots of little computers up here. Honestly, these probably would not be very legitimate in reality because who could read the text on these this far away? Up there. Here's ship requisitions. This was redone not that long ago, so it looks kind of nice in here. Got some hologram ships here, and these little banners up here look nice, and you can read the text on them. Their textures are high resolution enough. That's one thing that was really good was when they brought out the Romulan expansion last year. They put a lot of high-res textures in and look better. And over here, you can see the inside dome of the station, and you can see ships. They usually put whatever the newest cash shop thing is near the front, or at least something new. And I guess we go to the Admiral's office next. To the turbo lift. And then here's the Admiral's office. And it's an office. It's kind of big, and he seems to always have other people hanging out in here, which is a little weird for somebody else's office. I also think it's a little strange that he's got this little back room in here when it's just supposed to be his office. He's also got this war map here, which you should probably pay close attention to because the new version is way better. He's got this aquarium. I can't remember if they put this in the new version, but we will see soon enough. I guess that would cover most of this. So let's go over to the test server and see the new version. Alright, I am now on the test server on my clone, and it's a good thing that I'm not fighting because it erased my hotbars and I don't feel like redoing them. Okay, they've redone the outside here a bit, it looks like. I actually think I like the position where the station was above Earth before more. This is kind of neat though because you can see that part of the Earth is dark and part of it's light. There's also a lot of oh, I think I'm too close. It isn't letting me go full speed. Also, that's not what I was trying to do. I forgot that this hotbar was automatically formed. That's not what was supposed to happen when I did that. Okay. Well, I'm moving slow, so guess I'll just take a study. They have some little docks out here for docking ships, and they still have this. This is the entrance to like the really, really high veteran rewards area. Practically nobody goes there, from what I understand. Or if you have a lifetime membership, you can get in instantly. It's like a little, they call it the captain's table. It's like some little bar or something. I can't move very fast out here. It's not letting me go to full impulse. And that one station piece out here, it's like this little, like short cylinder thing is gone. So I guess they have changed this a little bit. Let's go inside, and actually I'll just dock and save the few seconds of playing with the door this time. I guess I need to patch a little bit there, so patch it up, game, patch it up. First thing you're going to notice is that this is extremely different. We are not going with the ring anymore. Huge beam down pad. Huge beam down pad, and high-res textures. Welcome to Earth Space Dock, and it's got all these Starfleet divisions on it. Oh, and before I forget, let me see if I have a kit laying around. Yes, I do have a kit. Okay, this is how the new kits work. You put one in here, and your modules pop out. I actually had a module that I was playing with. So, weapons malfunction Mark 10. If I want that, I drop it in here, and this is how it works. It just says, see, I got 3 mechanic modules, so I can only put mechanic modules in this one. I only got a low-level one I was playing around with, so it's not very good. So here we go. This area is, you can see most of the station in its entirety from just here because it is very, very open now. Now, this is the new Club 47. It doesn't say Club 47 on the front, but this is the little restaurant-y hangout area. I forgot to actually look at her, but this DJ Zuza over here, this is the DJ from Club 47, except she seems to be taking somebody's order or something for food or something. Yeah, she's not being a DJ here right now. I guess the music business is not doing well. So here's some more high-res textures I want to point out. Now, I don't know how this will come out in the video, but you can read all this. This is authorized personnel only by order of Starfleet Security Directive 49001A. Have your identification ready. And they have a number of different doors here that really do have fully different things here. Also, the glass on this, I'm not sure how that will come out in the video either. This glass is very reflective. This is a lot nicer looking than any of the glass that they have had on previous things in the game. And more stuff that you can read because these textures are just so high resolution. Emergency aid station, Starfleet medical supply kits, suitable for class 1, 2, and 3 humanoids. Includes supplies for mammalian and reptilian thermal regeneration. It's really cool that you can read all these things in their entirety because the textures are so high resolution. Also, a number of the terminals stand out like a sore thumb now. Like this one right here for the bank uses this symbol. And there's a number of these spread around. You no longer have to go to a specific place to access the bank, so that should keep people from staying in one place, lagging things up as much. And over here we have a damage control locker with a little code pad on it. And there's very big signs up here now too, like this is the infirmary. And they have some nice lights here and a little check-in. They have a shelf back here. They probably should put some decorations on that. Looks a little bit out of place. They have some shelves here with a lot of stuff. I think this door says something different. Yep. Biogenic storage, medical replicator, bio-waste disposable, and corpse chute. I'm glad they have a corpse chute. I think that's a little weird because, you know, usually in Star Trek somebody gets a torpedo shot farewell, but okay. Here's our doctor. And as you can see, sickbay looks a lot nicer than it did before. And again, with the heavily reflective glass. I can't tell. I'm trying to decide if these beds are better or not. I think they might be the same ones. This surgery area over here is all new. Okay, moving on. And there's a sign up there for the transport area. Now, you know what? I think I may have forgotten it on the last video. I can't remember. There's an area that some people jokingly call the creeper deck, which is down below, and it's like this area where they never really seem to do what they were supposed to. It's like they put it in and there were supposed to be things down there, but they never used them. And so it's just a creepy hallway. They actually brought the creepy hallway back, but I think they might have done it because of Foundry missions. Now these computers are cool. If you get near these, the computer will pop up as a hologram, and when you go away, they go away again. And it actually works for the NPCs nearby as well. And here's another terminal similar to the last one, with mail this time. I guess I shouldn't say too much about the high-res textures. You can't read all of this, but we really need to. You can read these buttons, though. There's the mailbox. And as you can see, we are further up in the dome this time, so you can actually see out here from... Well, you can... Well, the view's a little different, what can I say? You can see a lot more ships out here. I think the ships that they put out here are in a slightly different order. Usually in the old one, they would put, like, the newest cash shop ship in the front, and then just put other random stuff in the back. But this whole ship buying area here, this is all new. I mean, the NPCs are the same, though. The NPC names and everything are all the same people, so you're not losing anybody that you used to love or anything. But they have these little consoles demoing various ship classes. And here we go, yet another bank, so that you don't need to be all in one place for it. And this is another high-res sign that you can see. It may take a second to load here. Yeah. You know what? I can't read it very well from this camera angle. I'll find a different copy of that one. I know which one that is. That one's a little more detailed, so I thought it was cool. More fancy glass. And more computer stations. I love that they have these newer computer stations that look a little more authentic, I think, anyway. What do we have here? Is this that one? Ah, yes, this is the other one that was over there. Attention, in event of decompression, 1. Exhale immediately to reduce internal air pressure. Secure yourself against a railing or other reinforced structure to avoid involuntary relocation. 2. If you are wearing a comm badge, tap it 3 times to initiate your personal distress beacon. Depending on your biology, you will have 8 to 30 seconds of consciousness. 3. In a decompression event, reactive lighting will illuminate the nearest emergency vacuum suit. Locate the emergency station and put on the emergency vacuum suit. I think it would be cool if they make a new version of this map for the Foundry that's in emergency mode with red alert on and stuff, and actually has those lights on. That would be cool. Store say the same thing. Yeah, authorized personnel only. And this is the new turbo lifts, which have some really nice doors. And if you actually go inside, the doors will close. They will not hang open. And this goes down to the creeper deck. Oh, wow! They've actually updated this since the last time I was on test. The version on live, actually there's a missing texture here. You can tell they updated this. And this jets out into the walkway, a little weird. They have updated this. This used to look like a generic Starship hallway, which makes me regret forgetting to show it a little more. They probably should update these computers a little more, but like I said, I know this is brand new here, so some of this still needs tested. This has come a long way. These doors look a little one-pieced, though. They should probably put a seam down the center, since we know that they slide open. Yes, that has changed a bit. This has come a long way. A lot of bugs has been fixed, and like you used to be able to run up this glass in the earlier version of the beta, and I don't think you can. Yeah, there's an invisible wall. Another thing that's nice is that all these chairs are activatable. You can sit on these without using an emote on every single one of these chairs. That's one of the newer things that has been in the game, and a lot of older chairs do not work that way, and it's nice that they put that in. Where can we go next? They also have random deck text here. This window is really cool. Oh, another thing with the turbo lift is that you can go to the upper deck now. Well, not that there would have been an upper deck to go to. This is the mezzanine up here, and you can overlook the ship area, which is cool. And there's all kinds of sitting areas here. And you can actually see out the window on this side over here. So this is rather cool. There's actually quite a bit of space up here. I also like that they made these numbers actually mean something, because if you look around here, it says that this is Deck 47, so this number actually does mean Deck 47, Section 149C. I would love to have them make more sections to this station. I guess since they have factions in this, though, they would have to please everybody else too by adding more to everything. And here's some plants. And what else do we have here? You have to admit that while they do not have the sections here, because this map, yeah, actually this looks a little better than last I saw it. They seem to have normalized this map a bit. It used to be like a generic overhead of the zone. I think they've cleaned this up a bit. While they don't have color-coded things, they do have these big signs, and this is kind of helpful. But this is neat. We have the tailor area is actually a real tailor shop now, which I'm kind of surprised I can target people with this glass. But over here we have some nice plants, and there's a waterfall over the window back here. So that's neat. Uniform supply. This is new since the last time I was here. They put this generic picture up here of some uniforms. And here's our old Cardassian friend that does our tailor work, along with some old photos of various things. They also put some dressing rooms back here. Although it is kind of funny, I saw somebody use their engineer cover shield not that long ago to blockade somebody in, but it looks like they have blocked ground skills on this map for the most part now. What's this say? Oh, turbo lift. It's not a real turbo lift. We can't go in it. In an earlier beta, it was actually a fun time. They didn't have a door here yet, and I jumped in and fell through the world. And the actual the area here where you buy your energy credit or dilithium gear is all here in one handy spot now. And yeah, that's all here. I can't really get more modules to toy with a whole lot because the test modules are not available on this station. And it does tell you personal equipment here, and here's commodity traders. You come in here and well, it's commodity traders. We'll go over that window here later. And there's another new sign: cargo loading zone, heavy equipment used at all times. Gravity and pressure may change suddenly. And here we go with yet more places to check your mail and your bank. So it's really great that they don't have you sticking to one spot. And they have this nice seal here with readable text on it. And this is the new exchange. I don't know why they didn't put the text up here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think there's big text on the wall up here. Yep, exchange. Okay. As you can see, I wish these prices were in real time because that would be amazing, but that would be so hard to implement. The thing above the exchange actually really does show real items now that you can read in high resolution here with the real prices beside them, which I think is cool. Of course, in real Star Trek, we probably would not actually have a market like this so much as it would be trading in goods, but I'll take what I can get because this is a pretty great game. They have little stock index things over here that change on the fly, and there's people over here sitting here running stuff. And I guess I'm going to get a little closer to this because that would be cooler. Actually, does this door say anything different? Just authorized personnel. Okay, we'll get out of there. And this is the shuttle bay. This was actually a little cooler earlier in beta though because it was glitched, and they didn't have the invisible wall, and yet you could run out here. Yeah, so this is where you go to... Actually, you could beam down too, but you could take a shuttle to Starfleet Academy from here. And, well, here's a bunch of shuttles. Turbo lifts over here. I'm not sure how often it does it, so I don't want to stand here for like 10 minutes to wait on it. But I have actually seen shuttles fly in these bays and out the other side, which is cool. You can actually see a little bit moving out there. I'm going to go get a better window to the outside. Because the window here on our left is to the inside docking area. I'm going to go to the administration area over here, and that's going to be... Actually, I'm going to come down here and get a better view. That's going to be the last part of the station, I believe, unless I forgot something. This is neat because we have a waterfall coming down here and getting in all these plants. And yeah, so here's Space Dock Ops, and this waterfall is kind of cool, and it really does go down there and run under this, so that's neat. I come over here, and here we have yet another banking station. And this is to the outside. Over here, you can see Earth. And you can actually see it. I don't know how this will show up on the video, but these little things here, they show different class ships and tell you their names and their call signs and numbers and junk. And it's cool because this is supposed to be all ships that are really around the station. So that's really neat. And again, we have consoles that pop up. And more consoles that pop up. And there's some docks. And there's Earth. I'm afraid we may miss one here. Oh, there's a shuttle going by. You can see it right here flying by. Once in a while, a bigger ship will fly by here, I think. I forget. It's been a while since I've been in the test server. But some shuttles and I think I saw a Vulcan Dakir ship fly by here, actually. And you can come down here, and we have some little meeting rooms. Again, we have nice chairs. Not sure if we can we use these? Okay, yeah, it works. I just had to click it from the right angle. There's some little ship models over there, and there's some more stuff over here. Shadows look rather nice here. This engine has some nice shadow controls, but you gotta watch it sometimes because some of the shadows will kill your frame rate. And here's where they moved the skill trainer to, and the officer requisition and the bridge officer trainer, and then the admiral has been moved into this fancy pants office up here. I don't know what. Oh, actually, I think this is his secretary. Yeah, his secretary is always like standing over his shoulder instead of sitting at a desk now. I don't know why she doesn't have like a desk out here. You'd think there'd be like an actual door. He's a little more open now, though, and as you can see, he has a much fancier map back here of the areas now. And with the high-res textures, actually it's taking a second to load here. Sometimes when you zoom in on these things, they don't load immediately. I think this picture is really big and it's taking a while. Anyway, you probably can see it in the video anyway. You can read these sectors and stuff, and they will really, well, I guess we can't look at this up close without being there, but if you look at these names and these lines, they all really do match up to the in-game map, so that's really cool. But you have Ambassador Jiro over here, and Admiral Quinn is still here. And it looks like somebody dropped a pad on the floor. That's a little sloppy. But I guess he has a whole mess of them stacked on his desk anyway. Oh, there we go. We get it at the end, yeah. That's not the Dakir. I haven't seen this one. That looks like an Odyssey class ship, which is what the Enterprise F, which is non-canon in here, is. Oh, and we get the Dakir at the last second, too. That's cool that we ran into these, because I'm just about running out of content to talk about. Yeah, there's that. And, oh, right, I forgot about the traits. This is what the traits dialogue's like now. Now, actually, it's still showing these selected. That might be because I have a copied character. Not 100% sure on that. Oh, you know what? Actually, it doesn't make sense because you can only pick one of these from each column, and it's showing, like, more than one. Anyway, they'll fix that up before it's out. But, once you pick these now, you don't just get them. You come over here and you have your personal traits, and then you have your space traits. And you can only equip 4 of the space passives, and you can only equip 4 of the ground passives. And I thought that they were going to do these separately. I don't know why they didn't, because this I find a little sloppy. Okay, actually, the clone characters, some of these things are not coming in here, right? Like the things you have unlocked, but they'll have this fixed by release. I think this part's a little sloppy. I think they need to fix this. Active reputation skills, you can only have 4 of, and it does not differentiate them between ground and space like the passives. I don't know how they had such a big oversight on this, because there's no reason when you beam down that you couldn't just fix this, because they got rid, that's one thing I forgot to mention, they got rid of respecs for this. You do not need respecs to change these. Now, I think you do for these. Do you? Let me check here. Oh, wow! I guess you don't need respecs for your personal traits either. Or it's bugged, I don't know which. You never know. Some of this stuff's not finished. The idea is that you're supposed to be able to change these at any time. I was not aware of the personal trait changes, though. That's kind of interesting, because I could just become, like, telepathic or telekinetic at the drop of a hat. That's kind of hilarious. But yes, that is the new Earth space dock, and I think it's pretty cool compared to the old one, even if it's a little harder to see where you're going and we don't have Club 47. Maybe they need to have like a timed event where the party starts occurring over there in the little bar area. But that is the New Earth Space Dock. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.